the 2K Sports pregame show. To another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We got Doris Burks on the sideline as well. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against Portland.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt the performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Paul George is out there with Turner. Then there's Ellis. Then there's...
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Irving drives in from about 19 feet. Rebound by Mahimi. For Jacksonville, they won their last contest, that game against the Wizards in Washington.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
Fires from 18. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. They get it back, and Thompson kicks to LeBron. Wade has the open look. Good, and the assist goes to James. Wade's got 5.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
George dishes to Hill. George passes to Mahimi. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And Indiana, another 3.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And, you know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Hill with it. Guarded now by Irving. Scooped up. Nobody near George. And that one comes up a bit short. Jacksonville trails by 3. Reldor's an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about. And he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Ellis outside. Jacks up a 3. Here's Mahimi. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one's on Anthony.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And it's Lawson in for Hill. Indiana leading. Lawson drives in, and once again off the mark by Indiana.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession. And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Stuckey outside. To the inside. Taken away by Anthony. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. They now take the lead.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Hill. And there's the 3-second violation.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, back to his efficiency from three. You know, defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really not having any success.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted. He's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Lawson inside. Mahinmi kicks to Stuckey. The dish to Hill. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Jacksonville leading by 3. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Iverson, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Mahinmi's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Iverson with the bucket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Stuckey with it. Again, it's Indiana converting.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Jacksonville out front, up by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitive that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Jacksonville.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Hill. Hill is out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George, and it's Turner in at the 4-man position. Pacers trail by 3. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
Ellis can't get it to go.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Iverson. Money from the wing. Iverson's got the lead up to 5 now for Jacksonville.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Shoots from the elbow. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Jacksonville leading by 5. And the shot is good. That's now 8 points for Iverson.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And Turner kicks to George. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points so far.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Jacksonville shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And George, here we go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
That free throw good from George.
From a man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
A platoon swap here for Jacksonville. Ellis with it. Wade picks him up. Turner with the screen for Ellis. He dishes it to Hill. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way towards getting him to that next level.
Timeout called the Pacers. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mahinmi's checked in for Hill. Hill comes in for Turner. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for George Hill. Jacksonville leading by 6. Near the three-point line, it's Wade. Had the space there, but it's offline. Stuckey passes to George. Hill has the open look. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
LeBron James on the wing. Hill pulls it in. Pacers trail by 3. It's George on the wing. Wade is covering. Count the bucket. And it's 8 points for Paul George.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
The kick out to Irving. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Jacksonville again can't hit. For Indiana, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Stuckey outside. The dish to George. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's Irving. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington. And he gets the bucket. Irving's got 6.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down.
And George, here we go. And he dunks it down.
Tear that rim up, big fella.
43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
James against George. The three from Hill. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Wade fires. Offensive rebound. Fires the three. The shot misses.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's George. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. On its way from Irving for two. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Jacksonville leads by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. Somebody.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Paul George really making a difference here.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
They've got LeBron James. Tristan Thompson is out there with Anthony. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Irving at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Here's Wade. 5 points in the game. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 6th assist on the night. Indiana's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Here's Mahimi. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Thompson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Turner with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's George. It's stolen by Wade. In the corner, it's James. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Jacksonville lead.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Hill has the open look. Here's Mahimi. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on LeBron James. Indiana shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Mahimi. 8 rebounds and also a block shot. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
Mahimi hits them both. Jacksonville has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And even 3-on-3 break. George fires, drains it from 17 feet out. George has got it all tied up now for the Pacers. For Jacksonville, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And on the way from Irving for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. And the rejection by LeBron. And here we go. Jacksonville, fast break, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player,
Sure.
even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Rivers. The long distance three is buried. And now a 5-point Jacksonville lead.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful.
George, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. George has got 14 points for the game. Jones, no one around him. Shot is no good, so Indiana will take it the other way. Ellis dishes to George. Back to Ellis. Pick up by Hill. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
You know, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league. First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
Jones kicks to Iverson. Fires from the wing. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer.
Turner with a screen on Rivers. Ellis the pass to Hill. Pick up by Hill. Hill kicks to Turner. Shot clock at 6. Turner with a screen for Stuckey. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Ty Lawson, who's checked in for Monte Ellis. Jacksonville leading by 4. The drive by Iverson. And again, it's Jacksonville.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Lawson dishes to Hill. Hill a screen on Jefferson. Hill kicks to Turner. Indiana again missing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Hill sets the screen for Hill. To the middle. Here's Turner, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Pacers trail by 6. Lawson outside from downtown, and that one's good. Lawson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And there's the feed to Hill. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
For Jacksonville, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Jones from outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hill's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. For the lead, and there's the nice layup by Hill. Hill's got his second bucket of the night. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Jacksonville out front. They lead by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Indiana trailing here. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Pacers, Hill is out there with Mahimi. Then it's Paul George. Then it's George Hill. And it's Ellis at the shooting guard position. Here's Iverson. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Ellis against Iverson. 5 to shoot. And it's George missing.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Off his foot, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Now Hill. Back to Ellis. Fires the 3. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 4 assists now tonight.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
And it's George missing. Jacksonville trails by 4. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And here's Iverson outside. Jacksonville again can't hit.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Jefferson against Hill. Pocket 6. Now here's Ellis. Goes back up. Hill, no good.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Dishes to Rivers. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
The Pacers making a change here. Turner's checked in. George passes to Turner. Shot is no good. Excellent D there from Anthony. Jacksonville trails by 4. And it's Wade. That time on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got 4 assists now tonight. The drive by Hill. Can't connect from 14 feet out. For Jacksonville, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
That's bounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's stolen by Hill. Now the Pacers moving it up. And Anthony sends it back. Wade left side. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. Ellis can't get it to go.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's his first foul. .152 left in the game. And they double up James. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Hill dishes to Turner. George against James. Ellis outside. Here's the screen. 4 on the clock. Elbow shot. And Anthony sends it back. And the basket good. 14 points for Monte Ellis.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Greg does not get much tougher than that. Tough defense, high pressure situation, clutch play. I love it.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
.102 left in the game. The pass to Mahinmi. Hill kicks to Ellis. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. Can't hit. And Jacksonville the other way now. And it's Wade penetrating. The shot is off. Great defense that time from Ellis. And even 3-on-3 break. George against LeBron. George passes to Hill. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Irving. Missed.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're losing by 2. 12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. .12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side, George. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Time expires, and we're going to overtime. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Come on with it, with it.
And what great competition we're seeing so far. After regulation, the stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. And so off the tip, it's Jacksonville. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Now a timeout called by Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Now a timeout called by Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Changes for Jacksonville. Iverson comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Austin Rivers in for Dwayne Wade. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Turner is out there with Paul George. Then it's George Hill. Then it's Hill. And it's Ellis. And at the 2. They double him with James. George. Marvelous lead pass. And he throws it down.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Indiana's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. And they'll keep possession. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Jacksonville. First one falls for him.
Oh, my gosh, I just got that.
Good on both.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Hill. He's got 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show. Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
And George, here we go. The 3, and it's Hill. That time the assist by George. 6 points for Hill. We play just over a minute here in OT. Passes it to Rivers. 3-pointer. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And that's like a body blow answered with another body blow. And these fans go from dejection to deliriousness in a matter of seconds.
Greg, I thought that initial 3 might be the dagger, but the answer to tie it was even more clutch.
And so it's Indiana with it. George dishes to Hill. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Outside Irving. And it's sent back by Hill. Feeds to George. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. And stolen by Iverson. Moving it up.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instincts grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And here's Rivers. LeBron left side. Paul George grabs the miss.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Hill against Irving. It's stolen by Hill, and they go to the intentional foul. Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
A 3-pointer here might have us headed to another overtime period.
And he's it from outside.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Turner kicks to Ellis. They set the screen. Here's George. It's off. For the win. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. And we'll return shortly.
Gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I'm from.
And another overtime is in store for us. This one has been extremely tight. Great action all game long. We'll see now if fatigue, guys, plays a factor. That's the question. And so here is Indiana. Hill with it. Clock at 6. George, that's a two-pointer. That doesn't go either for George. Jacksonville has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
Rivers playing very well. He's got 16 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Rivers hits both of them. Indiana trailing here. Hill with it. Guarded now by Irving. Pass to Ellis. No one near him. It's hauled in by Allen Iverson. Iverson's got his third rebound tonight. From 15 feet away. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Iverson's got 21. Pacers trail by 4. Here's Hill. There's the pick. He feeds it to George. 6 to shoot.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Got sloppy. In a close game, you have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They trail by 4. 1:44 left in the second overtime period, and here we are. He kicks it to Mahinmi. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
The rebound by Paul George. On offense, here are the Pacers. LeBron with the block. But he gets it back. George passes to Ellis. There's a good screen. Back to George. From deep. Hill dishes to Mahinmi, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
George up top. Iverson covering. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Been a very solid outing for George. He's got 21 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved. Tremendous job at the line, as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Irving against Hill. Now Ellis kicks it to George. Outside Hill. Back to George to take the lead. Connects.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Iverson outside. He dishes it to Rivers. Yes! Timeout called the Pacers. They're behind by 1. 8 seconds left in the second overtime. What a game. Here's George. Got it!
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Iverson outside for the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. Clark, a double overtime game can really take its toll on the play.
Guys, Paul.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game? He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And coming right up,
thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And in that game, guys, they were just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands, and it caused hesitation in taking shots in there.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Porter all out there with Thornton. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Noah in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, guys, how good a playmaker is John Wall? Second in assists last season to Chris Paul. Clark, he almost finished number one.
Yeah, and the only difference really is that Paul was a little more efficient than Wall. Paul had a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Wall was only at 2.5-to-1. But some of that is Paul's experience.
And the one thing about John Wall, he has that air of confidence that only the truly great ones possess. He's a fearless attacker, tremendous vision and creativity, a true floor general, not just an athlete masquerading as a point guard.
Now here's Wall. 17 points for him last game against Minnesota. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I spoke briefly with Randy Whitman. He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
And, you know, talking about John Wall, we saw him improve his pacing last season. Sure, he still played at rapid-fire speed at times, but he also seemed to have a better understanding of when to pull it back and when to speed it up. Better change of pace in how he went about his game.
And here's Wall, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Here's Morris. Thompson with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Shots good by Anthony. Anthony's got his first basket.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Noah the screen. Wall passes to Noah. Dishes it to Porter. Wall wide open. And the three ball is good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
So for Jacksonville, their last game a loss to Indiana.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
And here is Morris, following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. Irving with a clean look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Irving's got 5. Wizards trail by 7. Noah with a screen for Wall. No good from outside. Jacksonville has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Rebound by the Wizards. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Well, if I was being diplomatic about it, they were a little too aggressive. I mean, in reality, they took far too many fouls, and because of that, they had to go to their bench earlier than they wanted to.
Nene, he's checked in for Washington. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Rejected by Wall. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Washington. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Wade from outside. Can't get it to go. And the Wizards now going the other way. Pass to Thornton. Shot to stop the run. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication. And now he's able to make them pay.
And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Here's LeBron. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. To the paint. And the rejection by James. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Yeah.
We've got 1:23 left to play here in the first. And the basket by Thornton.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play. And boy, do they pay the price with the triple.
James kicks to Anthony. There's the dish to Wade. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time.
Look at Fat Boy.
Yeah, you got to ride.
And all that food. He pulled.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it? Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
It's Wall with the drive. He feeds it to Thornton. Nene with the screen on Wade. The kick out to Wall. Hickson sets the screen for Wall. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. There's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Stop.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal... you think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. It is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from Jacksonville so far in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
So on the floor for Washington, Oubre out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Wall, then it's Thornton, and it's Noah in at the 5, roaming the paint. That ties the game. Noah's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Morris dishes to Thornton. Wall, that's a two-pointer. And it comes off the front of the rim. Being a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Moment here now for an injury report. Now for an update on Markieff Morris's injury, let's go to Doris Burke.
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Wizards head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. This would be a terrible loss for his team if he were to miss this time, as they are gearing up for the last leg of the season. Just when you don't want injuries, Kevin.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
And the Wizards making a change here. Porter's checked in. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Morris with the screen for Wall to the right side. Morris into the lane. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Wizards making a switch here. Bairstow's checked in. And he sinks the second.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Jacksonville has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Jones from outside. It's rebounded by John Wall.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed that one.
Now here's Oubre. Tight defense on him. They get it again. Bairstow. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Here's a look at some stats for Wall. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level, averaging about 18 points per, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Nene comes in for Morris, and Dudley subbed in for Oubre. The drive by Iverson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Oh, terrific work finishing a soft move like that. The finger roll.
Passes it to Nene.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Bairstow.
Made that dog so smart. He knew it. He knew what I was doing. He knew it was for him. Mommy sat there and watched him. Mommy said, "That's a shame." He knew that. He said he knew that. I felt great about the cabinet. I said, "Stood up."
Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career.
He knew it, baby. He knew that was for him.
To ever be
Mommy was like, "That's a shame."
Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA.
Like, he was laying down, baby. He wasn't doing nothing but laying there the whole time.
Talent really developed fast.
Looking at everybody eat. He knew that food. He knew that grape was for
What
him.
has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's very good.
Over in the corner, Dudley fires the 3, but they'll get another chance. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Did you look thing with people?
1:56 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Porter. And again, Washington no good.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
That one goes. Counted. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum. And that is a major lead flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
To the paint. Here's Nene, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Wizards lead by 1. For Jacksonville, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. From deep, Iverson, and that one's good. Iverson's got 10 points in the game.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Tries again. It's tipped, and they'll keep possession. Nice ball movement by Washington.
No, that's what I was talking to them about it. I was going to put my IRA. I still have money in my IRA.
23 seconds left in the second quarter. They get the rebound, and the shot's good from Nene.
Always doing the dirty work on the
offensive glass. As long as I sell it. One of the things if I sell it, I can use it, but I ain't using it. So I just use what I...
Jones, that's for 2.
So I just got what I left, what I had in there.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And he gets it to go. Hickson's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And no good trying to get that one.
Well, guys, I'm here with John Wall. And, John, tell us...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
How you call him? What?
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Missing Burr in Florida?
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Iverson was playing great. He's got 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe... it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Rivers out there with Allen Iverson. Then it's Jefferson. Then it's James Jones. And it's Cowan in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And here's a list of players that have been coming through for their team on both ends of the floor. The point guards with the most steals over the course of the last month. Number 5 is John Wall.
And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
For sure. I mean, they wreak havoc defensively in all kinds of ways. On the ball, off the ball, in transition. Boy, this group is the complete package at both ends of the floor.
And he sinks the second. The Wizards with the lead. Kicks it to Thornton. Morris a screen. Thornton against Iverson, and the basket by Thornton.
The defender was spinning around like an agitator in a washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one. And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
But they get it back. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. All alone. Rivers can't get it to go. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And on the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season he wasn't all bad. He did hit a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Here's Porter. It's tipped. Jones from outside. And he gets it to go. Jones has got 5 points so far. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there, Greg, he's enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Oubre's checked in for Porter. Cowan passes to Rivers. And the pass to Jones. Shot clock at 5. Let's go. Buries the jump shot. Washington has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Tipped away and stolen by Iverson. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Noah with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Thornton's got the ball. Good.
You can make adjustments to the shot in mid-air and midstream and still knock it down. You know you're flowing.
Rivers against Wall. Puts one up from 19. No good off the back of the rim.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Plays it up and banks it in. Wall's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
He dialed that one up from long distance. Jones has got 10 points in just the second half. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Yeah, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Noah. Hickson comes in for Morris, and Dudley subbed in for Oubre. Thornton dishes to Nene. 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Nene's got 8.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you. Boy, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
That gives them the lead. 6 points for him.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Here's Hickson. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And Wall, here we go now. Lays it up and banks it in. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range. Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Dudley, no luck. And at the close of the 3rd quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Jacksonville leads by. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Jacksonville has gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 3-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Noah. Thornton out there with Wall. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's Dudley in at the 4 slot. Being 51% from the field. They'll take that. On its way from Irving for 2. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Washington trailing. Here is Porter. Here's Noah. Another shot. No good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Irving kicks to Wade. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Morris is checked in for Washington. Thornton against Wade. On the wing, Thornton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Thornton again missing.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And that one's good by Noah.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Here's Anthony. And again, it's Jacksonville.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. From deep, Wall. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Wade on the wing. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Thompson's got the lead up to 9 now for Jacksonville.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Alfred Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's sixth man of the year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career high 55% from the floor.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Wade against Thornton. The Wizards working the ball around now. Wall up top. He's covered by Irving. Just 4 to shoot. Pulls up on the elbow. No good. Jacksonville leading by 7. Throws it up high. And James throws it down.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Well, Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And Jacksonville leads by 11.
Well, it's gone back and forth for a while here, but they're really starting to push out. They're looking good right now.
Looking to get it going. Here's Noah. Wade with the block. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Feeds it to Wall. Pass to Thornton. He dishes it to Noah. And Irving pulls it down. For Jacksonville, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And Wade slams it in.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Morris a screen, and Thornton kicks to Wall. And the powerful one-handed slam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. He's got 16 points and 9 assists.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
Well, I think all 3 of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point.
He gives you a lot of different looks.
He sure does.
It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
And he can't get the first one. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
And it's Wall in the corner. Connects from three-point range.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire. Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Fairstow, he's checked in for Moore. Oubre comes in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's K.J. McDaniels in for Marcus Thornton. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
No clue where that pass is going. That is a brutal turnover.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Washington. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're losing by 10. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this time out here.
And Washington making a change here. Hickson's checked in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
And Jacksonville with possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The three from LeBron, but they recover it. It's tipped, stolen by McDaniels. And so Jacksonville takes the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tonight another example of this team's excellent work here at home. What does winning here at home mean to this team?
It means a lot. It means
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game.
This is what you love to see out your star players. He's the guy you rely on.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.